Bullshit with Bain. Bullshit with Bain. Bullshit with Bain. Bullshit with Bain. Scary movie review.
Evil Dead. The new Evil Dead movie, not The Evil Dead, just Evil Dead, is a rollicking, bloodied, fabulously atrocious shock horror gore fest, made with many of the ode and similar sweeping wood shots to the original. What I loved about this film was its obvious ability to keep genuinely scary whilst also not taking itself too seriously. Even though Drag Me to Hell was a fine film, it wasn't really that scary. It wasn't meant to be. It was shocking and laugh out loud and creepy, but not eerie and affecting. This is. It takes a darker, more sinister and disturbing approach than the original, but its effects, helped by a very physical kind of production that doesn't rely on CGI to carry it through, are good enough to garner respect amongst even us viewers and fans of the Sam Raimi original. Besides, of course it's darker and more perverse, of course it's more confronting, and of course it's more realistic. This is 2013. I would expect there to be a little bit of moving with the times. You're not going to stick to it shot to shot like that Psycho remake that Gus Van Sant, I'm going to pretend, didn't make a few years back. And you have to add your own spin onto it, and I think this was done really well.
Was something in the woods?
The drug addict backstory, I think, is really clever because we know why they must stay in these increasingly malevolent woods. That is something that just might happen if the gates of hell were to be located in US backlands. What better place than the US backlands for the gates of hell to be located in? Despite its wanky reimagining concept, it really has been reimagined. Well, all of the cast are convincing.
Except maybe this guy.
And he's pretty. Though they do have surprisingly well-developed characters for people who are about to be Satan's gimps. Our lead, this time a young woman and the drug addict named Mia, is out of the creepy woods as a part of an intervention. After many failed interventions, which is why they're in the woods. An intervention that includes her friends and her until now estranged brother. And he's pretty. Has survived just enough family fucked upness to be a little screwed. And is played with vigor and realism by relative unknown Jane Levy. She actually looks like a regular person, and she actually looks like a drug addict. I mean, before she looks like a heroin addict, which is how she's meant to look.
I'm sorry, I can't be perfect.
After the Evil Dead has an infestation of her soul, she kind of just looks like someone who's done too much meth. But anyway, I like how they chose someone normal looking. She could be any one of us.
Why?
Not some D-cup babe they put in a wet shirt and covered in blood to look like a hot drug addict. I mean, remember Jessica Biel in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake? She looked way too hot to be so horrifically disturbed.
Boobies.
And why wasn't she wearing a bra? I mean, I know braless moments can take you unawares. That sometimes in a moment of bralessness, you see some people that you don't really expect to see you braless, but not with hordes of cameras around. That was a ratings killer. She should have been fat and from Texas. I also really enjoyed seeing my indie darling Lou Taylor Pucci, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, stepping it up in a totally different role and tone for him as the geeky little hipster teacher with one particularly spine-tingling needle in the eye scene. Evil Dead was enthusiastically approved and produced by original Scream team Raimi.
And don't forget Bruce Campbell.
To tell you the truth, I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I liked it so much, I watched it once with James, and we high-fived each other at the end like we were special.
Gorefest!
And then I got drunk on wine and watched it at my friend Danny's house again, and enjoyed every moment of it again. The makeup, the blood, the endless rain, and the creepy twitching, and the cheesy last line. This looks like it was a horrifically fun movie to make, just like it is to watch. Check it out, you'll find it funny if nothing else. My favourite scene is, don't call me twisted, but right until the demon-infected tree, he or she, it, has its nasty way with her up her skirt. This creepy ass chick just appears in the tree or the foliage or from some bushes, and she's really scary, and she vomits up this black thing. They have managed to make her look like a mad, horrifying cross between Samara from The Ring and Sissy Spacek's Carrie and Kyoko from The Grudge, all rolled into one. That's not a spectacular tribute to the mindless escapism and visual artistry of horror films now and then. What is? If Drag Me to Hell was comedy horror, and I Spit on Your Grave torture porn, bum chicka wow wow.
Oh!
This adaptation is rock and roll gore. Horror. Gora. Rock and roll gora. Gora. Rock and roll. This adaptation is rock and roll Red Rain. Evil Dead. Give it a go.